What's happening, sports fans? We continue our coverage of high school sports where we all just sit around and reminisce about sports. But we talked to a bunch of top recruits, guys that are going on to represent San Diego at the next level next year. We've got another one right now. Jacob Grossman from Costa Canyon Baseball is joining us. He is committed to go play baseball at Emory. He's wearing a 2020 seniors shirt. Those are going to mean a lot of different things to a lot of people for a long time, but those will be cool things to have. So, Sko Mavs, welcome in.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for being on with us. Let's start with that decision to commit to Emory. What was that choice for you?
So it was pretty early in my senior year where they reached out to me, and from that point, I looked at the school and I kind of just knew that's where I wanted to be in Atlanta. And the vibe of the school when I went out to visit was awesome. The coaches were great, and the students and athletes already there, just they left a mark, and it was definitely a place where I wanted to be.
Was it a place that you wanted all along? Like, how early? You mentioned late into your senior year that you made the choice, but what changed? What clicked? What was the final deciding factor? When did it all really come into place for you?
So I never really was looking at schools in Atlanta. But when they had reached out, I was like, you know what? I do want to change. I don't really want to be in California. I originally wanted to go to the East Coast, but that was as close as I was going to get to it. And when I went out there for a visit, it's just everything seemed to click, and it was what I wanted.
You have been around first round draft picks, top, Pac-12 type Power 5 conference commits, guys going to small JCs, guys going. There's always something kind of happening at every level at LCC. So you've had a lot of exposure to all the different routes that people take. So could you maybe give some guidance or advice to kids out there doing it on their own that don't have that kind of a community around them as to how they can be their own advocate in recruiting?
Yeah, definitely. It all comes down to you got to search for what you want in the school and the program. So doing extensive research into the coaching staff, what the school's like, how they balance academics and stuff, and definitely deciding if you want to go the D1 route, the D2 route, the D3 route, or the JC route. For me, I wanted the D3 route because that's how it ended up working out for me. But a lot of people want the D1 because it's awesome, but they realize the time commit for D1 is on a whole nother level. Like it's
a lifestyle.
It's a monster.
It's your major. You choose that as your major.
Exactly. And I kind of wanted to have a nice mix where I got to play baseball at a really good academic school with a really good competitive baseball team, and that's what I ended up getting.
What are you thinking about majoring in?
I'm thinking about doing a business major. Originally, I was going to do engineering, but the engineering program there is just not where I was hoping it to be, and it's kind of new there. So I was planning on just staying with business.
Okay. Well, we look forward to working for you in terms of whatever multi-million-dollar conglomerate efforts you put together afterwards. Talking a little bit more about LCC, what you've been around. Your coach is one of the cooler dudes in the high school baseball scene. Awesome. Any funny stories, good memories, just a little something you could share with us?
Whenever you're around him, always something funny happens. He creates an atmosphere at LCC that is like none other I've ever experienced on another team. He makes it so relaxed, and it's a pure joy to play for him and his coaching staff because they all work so well together. They just make it so much fun.
Well, I was going to say, I'm glad you said the word relaxed because it is weird. I've been in your dugouts for a couple of playoff games, been, you guys at power, just all sorts of big-ish moments.
Yep.
And there's just so little tension in the dugout. And yes. It's right. It's very, very much that vibe that I'm sure was very, very awesome to get to play around.
It is.
Let me ask you a couple generic baseball questions that I like to hit everybody with. Just kind of give me your reaction. Well, just honest truth here. Top 3 flavors of seeds.
Okay. Chili lime.
Oh, that's a first.
Yeah, those are. Oh, come on, those are underrated.
Okay, so chili lime. Keep going. Shoot them out.
Spicy sweet chili and dill pickle. Those are got to be my top 3 right there.
Bro, you are an eclectic dude. You are. I almost like I. This might be the clip from the interview that goes out to social media so that I can hit the other people on the show with, because they can't have them in studio to. You're blowing my mind right now. We have not had that in all the flavor discussions. Let's see. Weirdest superstition you've ever seen in a dugout or a clubhouse?
Oh, weirdest superstition. seen a lot. Oh God. I personally have to wear the same belt every time I play.
Okay.
Got to be the same belt.
Where did
Um,
this start from? Why this particular belt?
I don't know. It just I think one game I just played really well with it and I stuck with it and it's become a thing that I have to do every single time I play.
Fair enough.
I've got a weird routine every time I step into the box. I mean, that's pretty normal for baseball guys, though. I feel like most people do that.
It is. No, baseball players in general are kind of weird people.
Yeah.
But
No,
they
we
all
are.
get along and they all fit. Like, you know, the outfielders are different people than the middle infielders.
Definitely.
The POs kind of live on their own little island where
Yeah.
you're like, no one really like.
Yeah.
We understand they're on the team and they serve a certain purpose, but like, let's not hang out with them. Like,
Yeah, they're POs. Let them do their own thing.
I know you're talking to one. It happens. We're weird people. I get it. No,
Yeah.
I live no, and then the bullpen catcher joins us as our like bridge to the rest of society. Let's see. Favorite uniforms that you guys have or have rocked at one point during high school.
We got new uniforms last year, and our new home unis are sweet. They're white button ups with green letters. They got a nice American flag on the back. They're sweet. Big green numbers.
Do you have it in your closet that you can readily get for us and show?
You know what? I think I do.
All right, please, sweet. Let's see it. Yeah, go grab it. No, you can. Oh, I was gonna say you could leave the phone, but let's go on a walk.
All right, let me see. Yeah, I got it right here.
I apologize to everybody seeing my desktop in the background.
Want me to put it on?
Sure. I was gonna. However, we can see it. I always like getting a chance to.
Let's see. I can just hold it up. This is the front.
Yeah, that's nice.
Got some stains on it though. Get nice and dirty. And then these are the back with the American flag on it.
Okay, I can dig that.
Nice LCC on the side right here.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Pinstripes or no pinstripes?
No pinstripes.
No pinstripes. Okay. It's a certain look for a certain style of baseball player. Let's see. What else do I got on the list here? Your seed answer just kind of threw me for a loop. That's too good. That was the greatest answer. What have you been doing with your downtime, man?
A lot of working out in my garage, doing what I can. Hitting off a tee in the backyard, playing catch with my brother. Just doing what I can.
Okay, so those are good answers for the baseball sense, but if you're doing that 24/7, then you're doing that time commitment thing. So
watching Netflix and just hanging out with family, spending the time with them.
Any recommendations? Anything good from Netflix that you've watched lately?
I mean, I finished Tiger King a few weeks ago. That was interesting. Definitely good.
Did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
I think so.
Yeah. I agree. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah.
A little nuts. Yeah, that Tiger King's like something you got to watch with someone else to just be like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
Like, is this a fake movie?
Watch it by yourself.
Yeah, it's an aggressive, weird people, man. Weird people.
Definitely.
You know, these are kind of crazy times. These are emotional times. A lot of different verbs that you could fill in the blanks there with. So for you, what has your experience been like as a high school senior? What are the emotions? What's on your mind? What's on your heart the last couple weeks?
I mean, it's definitely a bummer that it had to end this way and the baseball season ended, and I'm probably not going to get to go to class again with all my buddies and see teachers that I enjoy being around. But I just tried to, I mean, for a while I was sad, but I kind of realized I just need to realize and make the most out of my experience at LCC and enjoy the times I had there. So I've really been trying to think back on all those good times and enjoy that.
You mentioned not being able to get to go back to class and go see everybody again. You got the platform right now. Send a message. If you were in a room with everybody from your team, your class, your grade, your school, whatever it was, what would you say?
I would say that I'm very thankful for all the people that I met, all those in this class. I mean, even if I'm not like a close friend with you, or even if I've barely spoken to you, I mean, it's an honor to meet you, and like I truly made some great memories here that I'll never forget, and I appreciate it.
Well, and we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you sharing that with us. I think that for a lot of people, it's it's unknown. It's like parents didn't go through this to help their kids.
Oh yeah, no one knows.
The most that I've ever lived through in my life was one of the fires shut down sports for like 10 days. So yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's a nobody has any frame of reference how to help you guys. So I appreciate the honesty. Hopefully
Yeah,
somebody
of
out
course.
there connects with that as another senior and hears that, and we
Hopefully.
appreciate that honest moment. Appreciate you sharing some of your baseball stories with us. We really look forward to supporting you at the next level when you are playing baseball, representing San Diego super well. Folks, a lot of high school athletes out there that had their seasons, their years, high school cut short for them, so they need your positive thoughts and vibes. They need you to stay at least 6 feet away from them, but they need your positive thoughts and vibes. I look, there's a little bit of humor in all this. Although baseball would be a sport that I guess would be able to survive because everyone's kind of far away. And
Yeah,
yeah, well, we'll figure it out. We'll get it all back as long as the Major League Baseball season comes back. That's what we need. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If not, there is next year for Jacob Grossman. He will be playing baseball at Emory, representing San Diego. Thank you so much for being on with us, my man, and we'll talk to you
thank you very
later.
much for your time.